Good evening and welcome to Nightfall in Amsterdam. Tonight we are joining a group of Eagles pack, not all of them, but a good portion, as they meet up to kind of begin investigating some suspicious tattoos that have been cropping up. More and more people have been being seen with hieroglyphs as tattoos, people who are not part of the supernatural community. So there's concerns about how and why and where and did they learn these, who saw them, that sort of thing. And they've gotten, leads on two different tattoo shops. One ran by a young woman who goes by the name of Jack, and the other one who goes by the name of Caden. Sorry, I did not come up with names for the shops. But with those two kind of being the most prominent to have people in the area with those tattoos.
So, what are the likelihood you guys think that these people are not actually connected to somebody in the know?
I mean, the elders certainly don't know about them. They were the ones that kind of put us onto this. So,
I'm betting
we
that
can't find anything.
somebody had some doodles laying around or something.
Maybe. Kind of.
I just hope it's less messy than last time.
I would hope so. I mean,
you know what?
I don't.
Took me 2 days to get that taste out of my mouth there.
Sorry.
Friggin' ashes.
Nobody said ashed things tasted good.
Yeah, but I didn't expect it to taste that long. Subconsciously.
Maybe you should have drank something, you know?
I did.
Feel out of your mouth and.
I did. It was still there.
You might have needed something stronger.
Yeah. I don't have a job yet. Who's going to hire me? And he just points to himself.
So might need a bouncer.
I mean, I haven't tried bouncing people, but I guess I could.
This is true.
I can totally do that.
So,
you
want to start at shop 1 or shop 2? Because,
what do you think, boss?
We should try shop 1.
That works for me.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna hit them both up one way or the other, right? So
exactly.
Hopefully, no hitting will be involved.
I hope not. Who knows, though? I'll try to behave. I usually start hitting.
You'll try to behave?
She just kind of chuckles. I mean, certain things set me off, all right? All right?
Okay, just as long as something doesn't set you off and, well, gets us in trouble.
I wouldn't actively get you in trouble.
He just looks at her. Are you sure about that?
Oh, I am. The only person I actively get in trouble is myself.
Okay. He has big old grinning face. Well, let me do this. Let me do something real quick so that I can make sure that we can get through this. And all I'm doing is I'm activating my gift because nobody needs to be carrying around a staff in the middle of the street. It's kind of conspicuous. Do 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 do. Yay. Yay. I got a success, which is all I need. So basically what you guys are going to see is he's going to take his staff and concentrate for a moment. And it's going to look like he's compressing it down. And after a while, it's just going to look like a really gnarled looking cane instead of a staff. Nobody's going to think anything
Nice
twice
trick.
about that.
Nice trick.
Yeah. I just picked it up this past couple weeks.
Looks handy.
Really cool raven
Wonder
taught
what
it to me.
Right.
Well, I'm ready when you are.
All right. I'm going to assume Air is the one that's most familiar with the city, being as she's pretty much lived here all of her life.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she'll lead them to this shop, the address. The shop.
All right. And I'm going to hear you guys give me a perception alertness on their way.
Oh, goody. Watch us get
This can only end badly.
attacked.
That would be 3 successes, Si.
One.
I got 3 as well.
All right. You guys will notice as you are traveling, and getting nearer, that there are even some glyphs and graffiti on the walls in this area.
What glyphs?
Doesn't seem to be any kind of order to them. Some of them are just symbols for different uh, miscellaneous spirits. Some of them are symbols for seasons. Some are tribal symbols, but they kind of just seem to be a uh, random.
Okay. Kind of like a display of some of the ones they've done before kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean it's like graffiti tags on some of the garbage cans and that sort of thing in the area, and a lot of it's mixed in with other
Okay.
graffiti.
Okay.
Well, somebody got a little tag happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
With the
This
graffiti,
takes-
is it just like simplified, or does it look like it's interrogated to certain art? Just out of curiosity.
Just kind of a lot of generic,
Okay.
wherever I go to type.
Yeah, at least the graffiti isn't permanent. That's something that can easily be done over.
Yep.
Agreed.
But it still should just be there.
No.
Mm.
Well, Willow, you could have fun graffitiing stuff.
I mean, as long as I didn't get caught, that'd be okay. I guess I could do some stuff. I need some spray paint.
Yep.
I mean, the people that did them certainly didn't get caught. So.
I mean, I can always use my my talents. He gives each one of you a wink.
Your stealth talents.
I'm good at not
Right.
being noticed.
Fair enough. Are there lots of people in this general area? Just out of curiosity right now.
It's not terribly crowded. I mean, it's not like deserted, but people just kind of traveling through here and there.
Okay. I'm just curious what the flow of people was. Alright. Everyone just seems to be moving, no one seems to be hanging around or anything.
Not really, no.
Okay. Let's keep in mind that this is here so we can fix it. And let's get moving.
Healthy doses. Moving.
Yes.
Right. And again, they get a little more crowded as you get, or more common as you get closer to the shop.
Okay.
And the shop's actually got some around it. It's kind of a classic tattoo shop, so to speak.
Okay.
But the main shop is a little bit less modern. It's got the big windows and of course flash art all over it and stuff, but you'll also notice that it's an older building and the brick is uh, graffitied up and stuff too.
Okay.
Inside, instead of a typical uh, counter, they've got like glass, almost like curio cases that you can see
Okay.
through the windows, and all the flash art and photography and stuff is in there.
Hmm. There are more of the glyph designs inside.
That's what I was gonna ask too.
There's some in the flash art. You know, they've got like pages. It's like there's pages of like Norse runes, and then there's pages of, whatever different symbols. There's also pages of, or a page, I should say, of Guru glyphs mixed in with like Egyptian symbols and kanji,
Okay.
and you can see.
Is there any... Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And check here for the woman working. And as you guys get closer, she comes out of the back, and you can see she's obviously like the proprietor or whatever, because she's behind the counter, and
Mm-hmm.
seems to be coming and going like she's got a client in back, maybe.
Okay. And she's coming out to check on what's going on up here, or she coming in and
Yeah,
grabbing stuff and going back?
just like she kind of poking her head to the front of the shop, and
Mm-hmm.
probably is the only person in the shop, it seems like. So
Hmm. She kind of looks over at Veronica and Willow once she goes back, and she's like, "So, do we ask questions about them and play dumb?"
We could. We also need to find a way to get those photos out of here.
I mean, if you need a distraction, I can be a big, massive distraction.
We don't know how many are in here.
But I think
Well, also,
questions
if are
first.
there? Also, Veronica's gonna make sure she's talking through Pack Link
Yeah.
out loud. We gotta
Well,
also make sure.
she's talking. Does Willow have Pack Link yet?
yes,
Okay.
for the sake of my own sanity, we're going to go with yes.
Works for me.
There's also security cameras too, so we don't want to cause too. If there's security cameras, we could have a problem. Those pictures, I don't know if they're online. We should find that out. If anything, we could also take pictures of different pages. So if they go missing, we could claim we have copies and give them different ones. We just need to find a way to get those out there without drawing too much attention.
Okay.
But John, how far is the other shop? Are they both nearby?
They're not real close. They're probably a good, or a fairly reasonable distance away. At least a couple miles. It's not like it's like right around the block or anything.
Okay. Because the thing is, if we backtracked, we don't want too many people to notice us. While we're chatting, Veronica's kind of going to separate from the group. So this way it doesn't look like she's affiliated with them, just so it'll kind of make it look like she's a separate customer.
He's just going to be examining the walls, looking at the pictures on display.
Hold on one moment.
There's at flipping through the books.
Out of game, be right back.
Okay.
They put the shop names on the sidewalk chat for
So blackjacks, tattoos, and iron and ink tattoos.
Yeah.
Those
Tattoo shop number is blackjacks.
Yep, that should work good. Let's see.
So as you guys are kind of just hanging out, the woman does come back up again, and she says, "Something I can help you with? Are you looking to make an appointment, or?"
Maybe. Just kind of looking and seeing what you got here. Some of these are pretty sweet. I'm curious about what they mean, though.
Sorry about
She
that.
gestures and says, "Well, most of them have translations if there's something that we've identified. Um, we do have some that," and she kind of gestures to the glyphs and some of the runes and stuff, and says, "Some of them are gathered off of standing stones, that sort of thing. Um, Other ones we've got have historical grounds. Some of them don't seem to have a meaning. We've got some uh, cave painting type stuff, and
She's going to point at one of the glyphs, the guru glyphs. That
that's one of the ones we found on. It comes from a standing stone rubbing, so we're not entirely sure on the meaning, but a lot of people find it popular. And she says, "And you got some of the excuse me, some other cave paintings as well, kind of in the same vein."
Hmm. Hmm.
Willow's just kind of looking around when as she's saying these things about the glyphs. He's just gonna just kind of grunt in response. He's kind of playing off the whole big dumb palooka thing.
Air's just going to kind of nod and while she's discussing this with her, I want to roll my send to the true form while she's standing here close enough so I don't have to try to be painfully obvious here. So we'll roll that. Okay. I got 3 successes.
All right. Well, 3 successes will get you. I gotta look. Three successes. Seems to be a normal human.
Okay. Okay.
Despite. Oh, sorry. Go on.
And Air's searching just because she's got the the urge glyph and a frost glyph on her hands tattooed. She's kind of looking through to see if that kind of stuff's in there, cause like specifically those two. As she's flipping through the
which two are
pages,
those?
she's got the theurge glyph with the frost glyphs hanging up off of the crescent moon, or the
So
yeah, it's a crescent moon.
yeah.
It's a crescent moon with a frost glyph.
So you would find another. There are crescent moons. Oh, excuse me, frost glyphs in there, but you don't find any of the auspices in this section.
Okay. Okay. She wouldn't be surprised to see a regular crescent moon tattoo because that would be pretty common.
Right.
Mostly
Yeah, there. I
frost
mean,
glyph.
in some of the pages, I'm sure there's one, but it's not like in this set.
Yeah, blatantly. Right. Over the pack link, and she's like, well, I can safely say that she's human based on what I can smell. I'm just going to continue looking at these, she says to the woman with a smile, like noting that obviously Veronica and Willow are still there too, so.
Yep.
Right.
Willow's just kind of paying attention to see if there's anything out of the ordinary, but the way he's going to be doing it is less in the way of gifts and more in the way of I'm going to use my nose and make a perception primal urge check to see if there's any kind of sense I don't recognize in here, like how you can kind of tell if somebody has rage or whatnot with it. That kind of
Right.
idea. Assuming the difficulty is 6, I would have 1 success. But it's basically him just kind of taking a big sniff every now and again. Just like, and just afterwards.
And you don't pick up anything out of the ordinary anywhere. Seems pretty average.
It'll just say through the pack link. Doesn't seem like anybody here just got rage except us.
All right. I don't think she really knows what they are, considering she said that they were from rock rubbings, that sort of thing. But and she kind of actually looks back at the woman. Actually, do you know where the rock rubbings came from? Because they're pretty neat.
She says, "Well, I do because I took them."
Oh.
Yeah. She gestures to one page and she says, "This one was one I did in Ireland. That one was in Scotland. I visited the Isles there, and most specifically, of course, the relatively famous Isle of Skye.
I'm going to assume that they're Fiona-based glyphs.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Isle of Skye is Fiona, and there's some other ones mixed in.
Yep.
And then she says, and then I have 3 here. One I took in Sweden, one in Finland, and one in Denmark. So a lot of these pages kind of are going to be duplicates because they were similar. And then I have one here from the Netherlands. Actually, it's from right here in town.
Well, where in town?
Well, I had gotten some from a area of a park, but when I tried directing other people to it, they can never find it. And of course, a
I'm
lot of those areas
adventurous. I'm willing to check this out. This is cool.
now are protected.
Is it safe to assume, out of character, that it likely came from a frozen forest? Because wasn't Amsterdam Forest a park?
Some of them came from there, and some of them look like they probably came from, based on some Shadow Lord markings from the,
Okay.
yeah.
From there, okay.
In fact, if Veronica's looking close, she'd probably recognize those because she's actually seen parts of the cave.
Oh my goodness. Do I see
Oh,
any
yeah.
that shows Nahag?
Not specifically, no, they don't have any.
Okay.
Over the pack link, some of these definitely came from frozen forest. And at least as far as the local ones go. And the other ones, Veronica, they say Shadow Lord to me.
Great. She says on the pack link, like, really annoyed. Wonder if she has Croatoan, Bunyip, and White Hollowers in there.
She'd say something about Scotland.
She did.
Just out of curiosity, John, the spirals tribe symbol is not there, right?
No.
Good. Because in this place we have to burn.
Veronica mentions on the pack link. So she's gone to some of these places and found these in different parts of the world.
Yep.
What kind of job does she have? See, maybe she's partnered with another tattoo shop. Because out of game, I know some shops sometimes work together.
So you travel a lot to find these, huh?
Oh, most of them I found unintentionally while traveling. I like to travel to a lot of old culture sites and stuff. It's always fascinated me. I think it goes back to when I was a child.
No.
I grew up out in the country, and we had uh, our neighbor was an older farmer, but we always laughed and said he was either a witch or a druid.
Nothing wrong with that.
But he I spent a lot of time with him when I was younger and exploring the forest and countryside near where we grew up. And
Yeah. You can find all sorts of fun stuff in the forests. You guys like partnered up with anybody else that does these? You guys
No,
go
this
on
is
this.
my just my shop here. I try not to get involved with my experience. Once I start partnering up, then I'm liable and responsible and have to deal with whatever other shop their policies. And if I stick to just doing my own thing, then I don't have to worry about anyone else's policies or their way of doing things. Or
Right.
and if I decide I want to close up shop for 2 weeks and go on a vacation to Siberia or something, I can. Once you start
Very
partnering, you're
true.
expected to keep schedules and all that good crap.
Yeah. Over the pack link. I feel like she needs to be like mind wiped of this stuff so we can get rid of it.
She gestures and she says, "Remember some of these? I used to go out with the neighbor gentleman. He wasn't related to any of us, but we always called him Grandpa a lot of times. Excuse me, Grandpa Albert.
Grandpa
But
Albert.
his old man Albert just seemed kind of disrespectful. He's always just so kind to all the neighbor boys and stuff, and or neighbor kids. His granddaughter had lived with him for a while in the summers, and we play together. And he had some of these symbols too, carved on a walking stick of his. I think that's kind of what fascinated me the most, kept me interested.
I suppose what else do you do with a walking stick but carve cool runes in them? We're gonna refer to these glyphs as runes for now.
Yeah, she had a whole slew of symbols he would carve into. Oh, he's made wind chimes out of various bones and such. Very eclectic fellow, but I think
Most
there's about
interesting people are, right?
13 when he died, unfortunately. And
Over the pack link, sounds like this person may have had some interaction with the kinfolk at some point.
That's what I'm thinking.
Quite possibly.
My concern is how long did they had this shop, because
Over the pack link. Well, it hasn't. I mean, it was pretty recently that these started to pop up. And she's gonna flip through the pages as she's talking to the woman too. So how long you been open?
well, the shop here is newer, but I traveled for a while, and like any tattoo artist, wander around, see different.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, I haven't seen it around here, so there's all kinds of things popping up left and right.
Well, it's a small local business. So I was able to get a good deal on the real estate. The rent here
Yeah.
for a while, and I had done some work as more of the pop up type shop. Go to a fair, festival, or convention, set up shop, run for a weekend. But it seemed right to have a stable shop for a while.
All right. Over the pack link. I'm going to assume that if she's known about these glyphs for a while, that and she's been traveling, I have a feeling that this issue isn't just a local one.
I don't think so either. Out of game, John, I have a crazy theory. So I know some people when like let's say with the veil, like they repress certain memories and such. What would I have to roll to see if this is one of them? Or to kind
Like
of
you're thinking, like maybe she encountered it and just doesn't remember where, type of thing.
Yeah. Because she's talking about chimes and certain other things, just to narrow down if it was kinfolk interaction or Garu interaction, and she's kind of like, oh, I'm fixated on this mystery.
Um,
Because I have Garu lore, I don't know if I could use that.
I'm trying to think if there would be a lore or like an empathy to try and.
Could I just use? Could I use empathy to just narrow down, like, if she interacted more likely with Garu or kinfolk?
I would say empathy would at least let you tell if this is something that maybe is like subconsciously was traumatic.
Yeah, okay. And what would be the other dice? Wits or intelligence?
Um, I'd say a wits in this case.
Okay. I'm going to also spend a willpower.
That's so fun.
I know. So, 3 successes.
It doesn't seem to have been something like that. She's seems like there's some part of her story that maybe doesn't quite add up or is bothering her, but it doesn't necessarily seem like a subconscious, like a traumatic or a, not stereotype it, but not like a PTSD type response where you drowned it out. It seems more like it's something she just doesn't talk about.
Okay.
Not necessarily that she's not aware of it, but she's aware, but she chooses not to talk about it type thing.
Okay, so that narrows down one thing. Air. Because of some of your familiarity with other supernatural, do you believe someone could be manipulating her subconsciously, perhaps with putting these out here or something? Something just seems weird that she is coincidentally going places that are near Karen's and finding this.
Over the pack link. It's possible. I mean,
It doesn't look like she's was with a Garu, at least. That you were right, that it's probably kinfolk or something similar. Because she's hitting Karen's, like it sounds like she's going to Karen's and finding these, like.
It's over the pack link. It's possible, but it was if it were the local places, they would have still been occupied until very recently. For the most part. I mean,
Why don't Air ask her if she, mind you, she's over the pack link. She ain't even saying anything yet out loud. Ask her if she saw anything weird when she was taking any of these rubbings.
okay. So you like to travel and get these cool rubbings, like you had to have seen some cool stuff along the way, right?
Yeah,
I mean, these
it's.
are
I mean,
on
it gets.
anything weird?
Well, I've never really bought into like the Loch Ness monster or fairies or that sort of thing. But it's you get out in a place like that. It's wet wilderness. It's different. You're gonna see things that you could see how someone might be inspired to believe in some of those things. You get in the woods and see these ancient forests and old carvings and whatnot. There's just really no way to not believe to some degree. Just
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Hmm. Bet you heard a lot of stories about those places too, huh?
Yeah, I mean you hear stories everywhere.
Locals always have something to say about their own places. Everywhere has their legends, right?
Yeah, there's truth to that.
I mean, what, over in America, it's Sasquatch?
Yeah, and you get the similar things in you get some of the European, the East. The Polish have some pretty fantastic mythologies as well, and
Hmm.
I'm getting the feeling. He's going to say to Veronica and Air with the pack link, I'm getting the feeling that this person may not actually know anything. It may just be this kind of dumb luck, as it were. But it is kind of odd. I'm not going to lie.
Or, yeah, over the pack link, yeah. I agree. She'll just kind of look over at the books and then kind of glance around. She's like, oh, I suppose I should let you let you get back to work here. I'm just gonna keep looking at these for now.
Yeah, if that's, you're certainly welcome to look. I would hate to have you miss out on something. Hopefully, you find something that meets what you're looking for.
They're definitely unique.
Well, that's always the goal, right?
They're just kind of falls back into looking at the glyphs.
Does the proprietor go back into the back of the shop?
Yeah, she says I've got to head back to wrap up a couple things and back, and then I'll be up shortly.
Okay.
Over the pack link. I hope somebody has supersonic hearing, just in case.
I can activate whisper catching.
Do it. There might be something going on back there.
All right. Let me see. Spend a willpower, and for the rest of the scene, all whispers within 200 feet are fully audible to the Shadow Lord as if they were spoken clearly just next to her.
Angel. Angel. Where, Angel?
Willow's going to kind of nudge his way toward the back without going into the back to try to listen in himself.
All right.
Doo-doo. Huh. Ew. That's a botch, sir.
And that was to sneak to the back.
To listen.
Okay. You cannot hear anything.
Guys, I don't think she's here.
Do I hear anything?
You will hear her talking. She's got sounds like she's got a client back there because she's giving like a care instructions. Like this is what you have to do to how to care for it. This is the healing. Make sure you wrap it for 2 days.
Oh, like to make sure there's no infection or peeling or.
Right.
Pack link. There's only one person back there, but they're talking about tattoo, like how to take care of the tattoo.
Over the back link. Surprise, surprise. Tattoo shop. Ugh.
Pack link as well. I think this one's a wash, guys. I mean, we can always come back and take the stuff, but I think this is a normie.
Yeah, though on the upside, we know that the other one, isn't the other shop that we've have leads on Iron and Ink. They aren't working with her, so they're getting their stuff from somewhere.
Unless they're just copying her stuff.
Yep,
We can find
that
out.
could be it.
We
Mhm.
could.
Do you want me to talk to the other one so it's not?
As you guys are talking, she comes back up and she's walking a client out, and you see he's got quite a few tattoos, as a matter of fact.
Are any of them glyphs?
Roll me a perception with alertness.
All right.
Actually, I think
2
Aaron
successes.
may have seen him at one point.
Who is it? Is it a name that I remember?
I don't know. Ilmari? He was at like some of the
Huh?
religious conflicts. Ilmari? He was at some of the religious conflicts and stuff.
You mean
He was the one who, when the priest got all up in everyone's face, he
that was Avalon that met him.
okay.
I mean, she's met Connor, but that's obviously not.
I couldn't remember if Era was at any of the religious things or not.
Nope. But I had 2 on a perk alert.
He does seem to have some, and although they all match up to ones out of the book, they're actually organized or appear to
Okay.
be, and he's got them interlinked as well.
Which ones? Do I mean anything?
Fortitude, strength, and cold um, are all
Are they
on there.
runes or glyphs?
They're actual glyphs.
Okay.
Rolling an empathy check on that person.
We're gonna do one more scent of the true form here
Right.
And
on his way out.
I'm gonna do a wits and empathy check on that guy just to see if anything out of the ordinary. If that's okay.
I got 2 on my
1 success.
Right, so that was 2 on
scent.
the. All right. Well, he seems to have some sort of pure breed, but it seems to be not Guru pure breed.
Mm.
In fact, it's not one you've smelled before.
Air kind of perks up and she kind of over the pack link. He's got pure breed of some kind, but I can't put a finger on it. It's not Guru.
John, do I get anything with the empathy and wits check?
I mean, he's a guy who got a tattoo. He doesn't seem to really be.
Okay.
He seems like he's, acting appropriate to the setting. So,
And Air's going to casually close the book and set it down.
gotcha.
Because now he has her. This dude has her attention. Her theurge senses they're going. What are you?
And he looks at you and just kind of nods and
Looks at who? Me or
yeah, just kind of looks around and he says, "Jack does good work. It's some of the best you'll find."
I'll have to
Looks like
use
it.
you when I get my Hello Kitty.
She's not afraid to put the time in. You may pay for it, but anything worth getting is worth paying to have done right, eh?
Just gives a big thumbs up.
Yeah. Says, well, if you're she's done the only work I get in this area. So,
All right. So you've been coming here for a bit then.
she did some work for me even before she had the shop here. There was one of her customers when she was traveling yet.
Oh, cool. You got yourself a little fan base. Air is going to wink at her and grin.
She says, well, he was one of the first ones to come back for more than one piece from me, so that's been a mark in his favor.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot of the rune lore and stuff with the Norse and some of the Icelandic symbols and
Yeah. So he knows quite a bit about those. You get lucky.
he says, well, I study it quite a bit with my I prefer to try and read the sagas and the Eddas in the original whenever possible.
All right.
Translations are fine, but it loses something to interpretation. Then you're reliant on the original translator's interpretation, and you're interpreting what he interpreted rather than your own
Rather than
interpretation.
what's actually. Yeah. Or,
Not to
some
not
of
to
them.
knock those who have taken the time to translate, because certainly it's a service for those who otherwise can't. There's plenty who don't know the old languages, and certainly reading someone else's translation is better than not reading it at all.
Touche. Most of the I'm used to hearing things getting these tales and such orally. I've read some of them. I was
Well,
much younger.
that's the old way, the way of the skalds and the storytellers.
Yep.
And there's, of course, certainly something to be said for learning it that way as well. But even those you have to have the right opportunities to be able to.
That's also true.
He'll nod to the book that you were looking at and say, some of those are interesting as well. Old
Angel.
carvings, and I've got some cave paintings as well from that were discovered in Finland. We of course may not have interpreted all of them yet. Just the sheer history behind them is fascinating to me.
Yeah? What's the history behind them?
Well, we found cave paintings in parts of Finland that depict some of the old gods from ancient times. There's some that were found tied to early tools. When the Finnish tribes would discover these stone tools, they were believed to be the tools of the gods, because at the time they were using crude bronze or iron that they could trade for. So the stone tools were tied to the gods, and then we'd see symbols and
Right.
depictions.
While she's conversing with him, she's kind of the pure breed is driving her nuts because she's trying to figure out what it is. So that's she's kind of trying to keep him talking until she can figure something out. All right.
I'm tempted to do a distraction out of game idea, like just walk in and. Do you want that? So you could just.
Huh?
Out of game, Hala, do you want me to talk to him or no? Not really.
I mean, you're welcome to join in the conversation. I'm sure it's loud enough for everybody to hear. It's not over Packlink, even though we all quote unquote pretended to come in separately. It's still, you can hear it, I'm sure, in the front room. So feel free to join if you want.
Veronica's gonna make it look like she's hearing the conversation and just turn over when they're talking.
Okay. Yeah, he'll kind of gesture to some of the different. He's got some cave paintings and such on his chest as well, and he says, "The seasons and the weather and lunar patterns, solar patterns, those were all important when you consider that they did. That's how time was gauged.
Oh, absolutely.
So we trying to piece together the old ways from what little records we have. It's always a crapshoot.
Yeah.
But I suppose I've bothered you enough. I let you
No, you're not bothering me.
conduct your business here, and
No, I was just going through these, debating on, just looking to see what there was and possibly getting something done. Not sure yet, though. I'm gonna put it on permanently. I might as well think about it.
yes, well, there's truth to that. I believe me, I have never chosen a tattoo without careful thought, although it seems like a lot of times they choose me as much as I choose them.
Well, when they speak to you, they speak to you.
Yeah, kind of looks at you real intently. He says, "Yeah, isn't that the truth?"
Suppose that goes for a lot more than just tattoos.
Yeah, too much of a good thing, I suppose, too. Yeah, gives you another nod and says, "Well, I suppose I'll let you finish up your business here with Jack. And Jack, if I come up with anything else on the upcoming sites here, I'll let you know." Never know what I might find wandering as I do.
Hmm. All right. Air kind of glances over at Veronica. I think she might be waiting.
I'll
He'll,
give the lady.
Huh?
y-
You're talking about the shopkeeper out of game?
Oh, she looks at the. She's telling the shopkeeper that she thinks you might be waiting because you came in as
And
It's rolling with your separate
Mm-hmm.
game here.
And then Omar says, "Well, look at me. I'm sitting here creating a line. I'm just jabbering away. My apologies."
Hey, I mean, I've had my big mouth going for a while. So it's not just you.
Yeah. Says, "Well, I'll leave you to your business, and Jack, I'll certainly see you later, I'm sure. I'm going to I'll stop out by your cabin there and check on everything." Ladies and good sir, I hope you find what you're looking for, and I'm sure Jack will give you a fair price and a quality work. He says, "Jack, if I find that dingling has been poking around, I'll let you know, but we've been doing this for plenty of years and never found anything. I think it's just paranoia at this point, but gabbing in the woods, you never know."
You got somebody poking around?
Something,
Oh?
wild
She kind of
animals.
closes the book.
And get
What kind
wild
of
animals
wild
digging
animals
around.
poking around here?
No, Jack has a cabin outside of town that's next to, or that she inherited from her parents, and of course, little wild tales about you know animals in the woods, and you hear stories
I
about wild animal attacks, and
mean, you are in the woods. There is bound to be animals.
yeah, but like any cabin, you shut the doors and make sure they're secure before bed, and don't leave food outside, that sort of thing.
Right.
Take decent steps, and nothing too exotic is going to come your way.
You have
You might get
exotic
a
things.
well, you might get the odd raccoon poking around or that sort of thing, and you can't keep them out if you tried. Mischievous is the trickster himself. Sometimes I tell you, him and coyotes, but
Oh.
other than that, it's
He mentions the trickster and air just cringes. And over the packing, she says to Veronica, "Shut up."
Oh.
but it's the Netherlands. Their wolves and bears and such don't roam the lands like they did in the stories of old. This isn't the era of the Brothers Grimm anymore. There are not witches in the cabins.
Aw, that would be so much more exciting, though.
Well, I can't say you're wrong.
Pack links to air. At least he didn't invoke his name.
Huh?
Says in pack link, at least he didn't invoke his name.
Air tries to keep like a not. She tries to keep a straight face, hearing that. She's like, as she's holding on to her other conversation. You know, all this talk about finding cool things in the woods and animals and whatnot, it kind of makes me want to go for an adventure in the woods.
And he looks and says, like, dance naked around a bonfire while drinking in the moonlight type adventure, or
I mean,
hey, let's go. I mean, you never know. There's plenty of stories of bodies turning up in the woods too. So
especially lately. I mean, though that type of adventure is definitely an adventure. Guess it depends how much one has had to drink at that point, or what else they've decided to ingest.
truth there. Yeah, as a general rule, I try not to drink anything too crazy. A little mead here or there, that sort of thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Meat is a good thing to drink. Does the job.
Yeah, that it does.
I unfortunately need to do a few more things tonight yet. This conversation has been quite fascinating. Both of them. She looks at what's her name again?
Jack?
Yep. She looks at Jack and him and just look back here.
Jack nods and says, well, it's been a good evening as well. I look forward to doing some business with you. Certainly, if that's something that you decide you want to pursue.
Very well nod.
Meantime, have yourself a good evening if you've got other business, and I will leave you to it.
Enjoy your evening.
And she kind of packs up, and if you guys want to do anything else, as she's kind of closing up shop here.
Like I said, Era's still trying to figure him out or nuts. She knows she can't sit here all night making small talk when Veronica is quote unquote waiting.
So it's mostly just finding ways to create small talk to keep this guy around.
Well, she's just trying to figure out what she smells like, I said, and I don't know if there's something I can roll to try to figure that out, other because I rolled send to the true form. All I know is there's pure breed there. But if he was a shifter of some sort, that
Does
should have been enough to be via shifted or sent to the true form.
did you tell Veronica about you picking up kinfolk scent?
She said it over the pack link. She didn't say kinfolk, she said pure breed scent that she is unfamiliar with.
Is there something I can roll?
Being it's something that neither of you guys would have ever encountered.
Yeah, but sent to the true form, if it was, like I said, it would have at least guaranteed kinfolk.
Yeah, but you're not gonna always know the tribe or.
And I think
Unless you're hoping to find out if he's skin dancer. Wink.
right.
There are 2 dots.
Oh, right. I would at
That
least know
doesn't
kinfolk at that point.
Doesn't necessarily know what he would be kin to or whatever. That's fair.
Right. Yeah, so that's pretty much what she's determined because it's not Guru.
Yeah.
And she's encountered some Farah, but not.
Same with Veronica. Not enough.
Hmm. All right. Air is gonna kind of slip out the door.
Ditto. But
Right.
Veronica's gonna wait till Air leaves.
As you guys are starting to head out, give me a perception primal urge.
Okay.
That one I'm not so good at.
Perception or the
Mine was
primal urge
nothing.
part?
The Primal Urge one.
My successes were canceled out by ones. I
Oh.
have no successes.
Wow, I got 2.
There you go. Oddly, one who is not good at it. This one that picks up on. You'll hear a voice. Seems to kind of be bleeding over from the Umbra slightly, or like you're hearing it, but it's Umbra side, and it says, "God's damned deaf kids these days."
So he says, "Goddamn these deaf kids these days."
Yeah. And then you hear again, and it says, "Do any of you bother to listen to either side?"
Veronica looks around.
You all right?
You didn't hear that?
Hear what?
There's a voice that said, do you care to listen to each side? Wonder what about the Umbra?
Well, we still got time. Air kind of, which direction, Veronica?
Somewhere where we won't be noticed.
Well, yes, but which direction did it come from?
Literally just leaving the shop.
Oh, okay. Is there an alley by the shop? Or
Yeah,
a dumpster?
I'm sure there's some sort, yeah.
She glances over at an alley. Let's go down there. I'm assuming there's a dumpster in the alleyway.
Yeah.
Let's hide behind that dumpster and
Yeah.
What's the gauntlet?
You're in the city, so it's 6.
I'm just gonna spend a gnosis to pop over. So, Aaron and Veronica pop over to the Umbra.
I'll do the same thing just so she's not by herself.
Oh, I'd be fine. I'm a spirit magnet. They love me.
Alright.
Air's gonna kind of start looking around at that point.
And you see this fellow. Guess I could have used a bigger one. Thank you.
Whoa! Air just kind of looks at him. I need to make some kind of intelligence spirit lore or something.
Yeah, looks at you and he goes, Christ damned gods, girl. Christ, you're over here and you might as well be screaming to me, but you can't be bothered to listen or look on the other side. Not once. Standing in a shop with every damned symbol, almost every imaginable culture.
And then some. She just kind of smiles. But, fair point. I didn't come over here. Until now.
You're damn near as deaf as that girl.
Jack?
You've been
The girl
screaming
that
at
owns
her,
this place?
screaming at her for over 10 years, trying to get her a lesson.
You know she's a human, right?
Yeah, she is. She wouldn't be if she'd wake the hell up and listen a little bit.
She wouldn't be if she'd wake up and listen, huh? What is she supposed to be?
She's got another, just like any sorcerer. It's like the druids and shamans of old.
Okay. And you've been giving her all of this information on things that most humans shouldn't know.
Girl, I was telling her stories already when she was just a wee lass of 6. Probably before you were born. Damn
Well, I have no
pencil
idea how old
pushing
she is.
father. Damn pencil pushing father of hers to buy a cabin out in the country to inspire her mother in her great works. Woman couldn't write a poem that would have rhymed to save her life, much less write any kind of story that would interest anyone. Only thing her books were good for were filling shelves. But she fancied herself an author.
And her books were about what?
Hell if I know what they were about. Most of them were pure garbage. She always was quick to give me copies, so.
Give you copies?
Oh, yeah, you know. What did I think? Did I enjoy the last one? I at least pretend to read them enough to fib your way through it. Pure drivel. Nonsense, all of them.
Yeah, can I roll an intelligence lore to figure out what this guy is?
Sure.
I'm assuming it's a spirit. I don't know what the diff would be.
I'm just gonna, out of game, rely on the Theurge.
That's spirit lore standard diff.
Two successes.
Well, you would gather from between conversation and what you're picking up off of him that he is probably or he seems to be the spirit of a deceased man.
So spirit of the dead, huh? Okay. Your name wouldn't happen to be Albert, would it?
He looks at you and grins. He says, "So you do have 2 sticks in that head that'll make a spark if you rub them together enough."
Aaron just kind of looks at him like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude?" I got plenty of sticks in there, and then some.
Rocks to go with them too, right?
She just stares at him. And it's the it's not the it's the "are you fucking kidding me" stare. Ugh.
I'm the one she used to call Grandfather Albert. She played with my
Yep.
granddaughter. That one too, where she did wake up. She just didn't bother listening once she learned how to listen. Went and gets herself damn killed by a hunter.
Ooh, hunters are no good.
Figured that one out too. All on your own, even.
Air just kind of. Oh boy.
Yeah, she figured out what she could do and started doing it, and didn't know how to keep it quiet, get some attention, and the next thing you know, they're knocking on the damn door. And
Well, I
knock?
mean,
Why knock politely when they can use an axe, right?
yeah, that being said, in all fairness, the same thing could happen again if Jax here keeps, well, tattooing people with these symbols and having them painted outside of her shop.
Could.
Not to mention,
If she was the one doing the painting, they might be able to do something about that.
who's doing the paintings then?
Well, that I couldn't tell you. I don't get to go very far from this here shop, being as I'm stuck in the stick.
You're stuck.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna get killed as soon as the fucking wolf started creeping around my house. Set up some magic what hold me to the stick if I died. Worked pretty good. Too good, even. Well, here we are, stuck in a stick. It's what they call an anchor. There's some other fucking name to it. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
tethered to the stick. It keeps my wraithly form anchored in this world.
And Air kind of like cringes when he says wraithly because
Yeah,
the only time she's ever talked to dead spirits is when she's actively given them that death dust.
Yeah, Veronica's not too happy.
So, who bound you to your stick? Some random wolf?
Didn't pick up on the listening part. I bound myself.
Oh.
The wolves were coming.
Well,
I knew I wasn't going to beat them. But if they killed me, they might go away and leave the girls alone. So I put a contingency spell that if they did kill me, fucking big ugly bastards.
So,
big,
stinky.
Walked up like
some of them.
Well,
black, hairy.
Yeah.
Greenish tinge.
Not really greenish tinge, but fucking glowing marks. Just like the marks I had on my stick.
Is the stick visible anywhere?
No, it's. You should. Well, you're still in the front room.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Yeah, well, bless her heart, the girl's held on to it ever since. She saw him, once that killed me.
She looks at Veronica.
Thought that might be enough to spark her because she remembers every bit of it.
There's your off.
That's the part I can't explain. She doesn't want to.
She saw everything? Wait, she saw them or she saw what happened?
Oh, all of it. She saw the wolves. Saw them walk up on two legs.
Packlink, I knew it.
Fight with me. I broke one of their jaws with my stick before they got me, but couldn't beat both of them. Of course, I laid a curse on them when they killed me, so that's a problem for them that they're still dealing with, I'm sure. But
Oh, what kind of curse?
Well, I got a little sloppy. I'd have to go back, write it all down to remember the details. When they're tearing out your entrails, you kind of don't get real coherent and word your thoughts real well.
Why did they come for you?
Well, might have had something to do with the fact I was destroying some of their relics. Turns out when you start burning their spirits, they don't like that, especially when you take their shit that they bound the
do it.
spirits in. Big, ugly, nasty sword was one of them.
Hold on. He's knowing quite a bit about them.
Yeah, ugly fucker. No niceties about it. Sloppy work.
Packlink, hold
Ugly
on. He
spirits.
knows way too much about like Garu culture. Even if he's not getting the names down. John, would I have to roll enigmas or subterfuge to piece certain things together? What he's talking about?
I mean, it's pretty clear what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's
He's
just I'm
talking
trying to
about
figure out
destroying
where.
fetishes.
Yeah, and I want to know how he knew specifically where to go to find those fetishes. It looks like it wasn't an accident, like he did it with intent.
He did say he was a spirit mage. You start seeing ugly shit, you really don't care what it is, you just start wrecking it. But
Oh, jeez.
So you demolished their items of power, and they got pissed off about it.
yeah, that's
Wouldn't you be
about it.
pissed off if somebody destroyed your shit?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I didn't really wonder why they did it. I'm actually kind of surprised it took them that long.
Were you hoping that the girls would follow your footsteps?
Well, if they woke up, maybe they'd learn the spirit ways. But well, one went and got herself killed too quick, and the other one's fucking stone deaf, I think.
Or doesn't want it, tune it out because of what she saw.
Yeah, I think that's maybe not even consciously. I think she locked herself down after what she saw. I think she felt the ugly spirits that night, and she put up a barricade. Maybe even it was her first working, and she didn't even know it. Locked herself up tight. Hard to say, but
It's possible, but she may unknowingly be putting a mark on her own back. Like I said, with some of these symbols. Not the obvious runes, but I think you know which ones I'm speaking of.
no, I know which ones you're talking of. Thing is, I had been showing them to them, hoping that maybe that would take hold and they'd recognize. Of course, that didn't happen none either.
So, she's not. There's other places doing this now too, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, that one, I don't.
I see what you're trying to do, but
She had them out on display, but she never tattoos them on. And this is something that maybe she did hear it from me. I don't know if it sunk in or not, but I was very clear about not sharing, not touching anything you don't understand. I don't just mean people thinking they got tattoos that say love in Chinese and it turns out to mean breakfast or something like that. There's real power in them, and well, that can go bad.
yes, it can.
That's well, like the fellow there, Ilmari, he can hear me, but he don't. That's, he tunes out spirits more
Oh,
out
the
of habit than anything.
gentleman that was just in the shop.
Yeah, he hears both worlds all the time.
The one with the funny smell?
Yeah, that'd be the one. It's not a nice thing to say
What is
about a
he?
person, though. Well, he's some sort of sorcerer, a hell of a lot more powerful than me, but he's got spirits hanging around him that I ain't ever seen.
What did the spirits look like?
Well, he's got a bit of everything.
No.
Big animals, there's ancestors. He's got earth spirits, stone spirits. After today, he had a spirit of winter on him, which he's a smart one. He knows he can't do the craft and the work at the same time. So he comes
Pack
in, he has Jack do the tattoo, and he binds the magic to it while she's doing it. Thing is, he don't remember nothing. He's early experiences, early life, he don't remember. Some of the spirits don't even remember how they got bound to him, but they say
Nah.
it wasn't him that did it.
Oh boy.
He don't remember doing it, and they don't remember who did it. They just knows it wasn't him. You're shit. Most powerful goddamn spirit shaman I've ever met, and you don't even know how he got some of the most potent spirits I've ever seen bound to him. Don't even realize the
Could
fact
be
that
because of
he breaches the veil just by walking. He's literally
how?
he's that potent. He sees both sides. He hears both sides.
Oh. So he might hear us right now.
He left. He got himself all locked up. When he does his workings, he locks it up so he doesn't get interference.
I see.
you want to work with one spirit, you got to tune out the rest of them, and to do that, you got to shut her down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. Hmm. How you? How long have you been bound to this place? I'm trying to get my
Oh, to the stick. It's
straight.
been. She was 13. She's 28 now, so 15 years back.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Veronica doesn't have spirit speech, does she?
No. No, I do not. I have beast
Okay.
speech.
Assume that Air is relaying everything back to you.
But also, if I heard him say, "Damn it, child," I would assume that I could understand him.
Yeah, he's speaking English.
Okay, that's true.
Outer game, I was the one who
That's
heard what he said.
well, yeah, I know, but that was over beyond the other side of the gauntlet, so I wasn't sure at that point.
Okay, no worries.
Hmm. Hmm. So it's quite some time.
Packlick, I wonder if
Since
he
I've
talks
seen.
to anyone else. If the other shops do it.
I don't think he's talking anywhere else. He's bound here. He's bound to the stick. I can't imagine he goes too terribly far from the stick. This um so the wolves did this to you, huh? Nasty ones? Over the pack link, she says to Veronica. You know, thinking on it, I haven't seen any or heard of any dancers in the city in quite some time.
No, we haven't. And that's the spiral was one of the few symbols that weren't there.
Just so Packling.
Yes.
Yes.
Making sure.
Um And she kind of looks over to the spirit. I need you to take as much time as you can to describe what these wolves looked like and smelled like, if you can remember.
Well, I can tell you they stunk. They like carrion and sewer. Foul. And not just in the physical sense, they had a spiritual stench to them. Like rancid bacon.
Their spirits stunk too. Rancid bacon.
Both sides.
Ew.
Whatever they
She
whatever
says
they were,
okay.
they were ugly.
They have a lot of deformities.
Yeah, I mean that
Like-
was certainly was a big part of it.
Okay, so like bad ears, maybe some webbed fingers, and she kind of lifts up her arms, or like,
You know,
wow,
one of them had a
bat
real thick
wings.
hide, no fur, like leather, like rhino, like a rhino skin.
Mm. Okay. Over the pack link. Yep, dancers.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
Have you seen any more of these things running around recently?
No, no, but I've been generally don't go out of my way either.
No, I wouldn't imagine so. Let's see. Air kind of looks like she's doing some math in her head.
Packlink, I wonder how he
Jeez.
knew where to find their stuff. That's not easy to find their hives and fetishes.
She's only like, this girl is only like 6 years older than her, but she's like trying to do some math in here because it's been a while since she's encountered any dancers either, and
He said
she knows
he
she's
died
gone.
15 years ago.
Yep. So and the girl would have been 13,
And she's 28.
so Air would have been like 6 or 7, and she's trying to put okay, yeah, and then it's been quite some time, thinking on it. Yeah. I haven't seen or heard of any around either, and
There was that bringer of light that you said you saw. See if maybe he knows what those magic items were, if they were similar to that. Maybe he'll tell us what's going on with him too.
he was dead.
I know that bringer of light was dead.
I don't have any more death dust. And it only works within 24 hours of death. However, I can think of a few people I can ask about that, but that's not. It's definitely something to wonder about, especially with what's going on between the two seps. Now. And you know, she kind of looks at the Albert spirit. Do you think she's ever going to want to hear the things that go bump in the night?
I think that's up to her. I know if she decides to, I'll be here for her.
Let's face it. Things like me go bump in the night. Things like you were go bump in the night. And then there are other things. Lots of other things that go bump in the night. And it seems with what she's seen, she doesn't. She wants to know, but she doesn't. There's something there that definitely says she's curious.
I mean, the fact that of all the customers she takes time for, when she checks if they need any work from her, every time.
Maybe. I don't
Yes,
know all of her clientele. I only met one.
Yeah, that is the only one that is bothered that she takes the time to go and check for. And as I said, he's got so much power, he unconsciously peers between the worlds.
Yes. Hmm. Is there something you want from us, being as we are hearing you?
Well, consider that if she's not the one plastering these all over, someone else is.
Yes.
And if they're doing it, there's a reason.
Trouble.
Definitely trouble. But what kind and for whom? What reason might they have?
Was it just Guru glyphs, or were there like glyphs about like the Farah too? Just out of curiosity, if I.
It seemed to just be Guru.
Someone who obviously doesn't like wolves. The only glyph not present. She thinks out loud and then looks at Veronica. Maybe it is them. Or their kin.
This is out of game. This is a lot of stuff to take in.
I think we need to look at this other shop
We do.
because they're either borrowing from Jack here. And by borrowing, I'm sure you know I mean stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're getting their information from elsewhere. And that being said, where I know some of these rubbings came from, I think we need to go do some cleanup in one place and warning in the other. Well, she kind of looks to the spirit. We'll go check out this other shop. Obviously, it's not her doing anything more than tattooing these things.
We should also find a way to keep tabs on that kinfolk. That she says in the pack link. Because that can be a problem.
I'll ask around about him.
Does it sound like, is it me or did it sound like he understood chimage? Vaguely.
I'm assuming you're asking over the pack link.
Yes. Pack link, of course.
Well, he seemed to study some of the, or seemed to study, maybe even practice some of the, some pagan beliefs based on some of the stories he told. So it's possible he understands it, but to him it might not be necessarily how we see it. It might be a different. It's the same idea, yes, but if he doesn't really know that he's making deals with actual spirits, it might just be it. He might have a different idea as to what it is. Long the short of it is, he is essentially doing that, though. But I believe he said he was. Yeah, I mean, you can see on both sides. So, in here, or was it just here? Either way, he knows that there's more than just a physical end of things.
Out of game, this changes a lot of different plans, how we have to handle this.
Or possibly. We have to get more information before we play around.
Yes, we would.
Oh, I'm starting to get tired, though.
Yeah, so we should do that another night.
It's not like you guys don't have anything to consider now.
All right.
Alright, you guys want to wrap it up here then?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Alright, I'm gonna assume you guys pretty much just get out of the Umbra and head back to your place. Unless there's something else we need to snag.
I think so.
Alright, well, we will wrap it up there then. Thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching. It's been another episode of Nightfall in Amsterdam.